You are listening to Mostaccioli Murder, Book 1 of the Jade Sommer series. Written by Nicolette Pierce. Copyright 2020. Audio copyright 2025 by Pierced Heart Publishing. Digitally narrated with full cast of voices. Chapter 26. Stop! I yelled, just as I ducked away from a downward slice of Jalen's spatula. I just wanted to ask you a few questions. The detective on Wayne's case is missing.
You have no right to go into my home,
She yelled, slashing at me again. I barely dodged the spatula. The air current whizzed by my ear. She turned and smacked my arm with the flat side. Ow! Cut it out, or I'm telling the authorities about your babysitter. Judging from the way her eyes narrowed to slits and the jabbing position of the spatula, I thought I'd be in the hospital with a cooking utensil sticking out of me. Instead, she burst into tears. The spatula dropped from her hands, clattering to the sidewalk. Jalen covered her face with her hands and sobbed. Was I supposed to comfort her after she tried to impale me? Mila and I glanced at each other, neither knowing how to handle the situation. Jalen, I'm only trying to find Logan, I said. I don't want to come between you and your family, but after talking to your kids, Lars sounds like a jerk. She sobbed louder, her shoulders shaking. Mila and I stood rooted to our spots. Now I understood why crying women could paralyze men. If Jalen had been family or a friend, I would have tried to comfort her. But I was afraid Jalen would continue her attack on me. She was a bristling hormone hurricane, and I didn't want to be caught off guard again. When her sobs slowed slightly, I said, Jalen, I'm not sure why you hate my family so much. We aren't here to hurt you. The only thing I want right now is to find Logan. I think he was tracking Lars. And from what your kids said, Lars has a violent streak. No one has heard from Logan. I'm worried. Jalen used the collar of her shirt to wipe the tears from her eyes.
Lars might be excitable, but he's not a criminal.
But he's hit you.
Once. He felt really bad about it and hasn't done it since.
Why are you and the kids moving in with him instead of him moving in with you?
I'm being evicted. Wayne hadn't paid the rent in months, and my pay barely covers basic needs. We have to move in with Lars or we'll be homeless.
You sound like you don't want to move in with him.
I just lost my husband. Of course I don't want to move in with Lars. Wayne might have had a lot of flaws, but I loved him.
Then why were you seeing Lars?
Because Wayne was seeing Sommer.
She gave a shake of her head.
I was so mad at him that I thought I could get back at him by seeing Lars. When Wayne found out, he lost it. But then he saw reason. He said if he got upset at me for cheating, then he was a hypocrite. He said he'd break it off with Sommer if I broke it off with Lars.
Were you going to? She nodded.
Yes. I don't love Lars. And Wayne promised to break up with Sommer right away. But then someone killed Wayne and now I'm stuck.
You're never stuck. There are other options.
No, there aren't. At least not right now.
She shook her head.
I have to go back to work.
Jalen attempted to pick up the spatula, but her belly was in the way. Let me, I said, bending over to get it. Why do you have a spatula? I thought you're a server.
During the slower times, they are training me to be a line chef.
I don't know if our restaurant will be running much longer, but you can always come and work for us if you want. She looked hesitant.
I haven't been very nice to you or your family. Why are you being so kind?
I gave a shrug. Aunt Dot isn't that nice either, and we keep her. She smiled. Just one more thing. One of your kids said Lars lives above a bug store. Is there really a store that sells bugs? She shook her head.
No, it's Splat the Exterminator. There's a big bug on the sign. The kids think it's a bug store.
That makes more sense,
Mila said. We watched as Jalen walked back to work.
She's a bit nuts.
I guess I might be a bit nuts in her circumstance too, I said, trying to be sympathetic. Mila snorted.
Please. You've had 2 men cheat on you and you don't go around trying to flay people with spatulas.
I also don't have pregnancy hormones and kids to worry about. She gave a shrug as if not convinced but willing to let the topic slide. I'm heading to Lars's place, I said. Do you want to come along or go back to the restaurant?
I'm sticking with you. Your Aunt Dot was looking at all the food that will be wasted if the restaurant doesn't reopen. She huffs really loud.
I was thankful Mila didn't want to go back to the restaurant. I didn't want to speak to Lars alone, especially if he has a tendency to hit. Still, I didn't want to put Mila in danger either. Let's go, I said, opening the car door and sliding in behind the steering wheel.
Do you know where the exterminator is located?
No. Can you GPS it for me? Mila took out her phone while I checked messages on mine, hoping I had a text from Logan saying he was okay, and it was all just a big mix-up. Instead, I found messages from Alan and Nana. Ignoring the text from Alan, I replied to Nana, who wanted to know how her board was coming along. Instead of filling her in on the latest, I told her all was well and that I'd reach out to her later. Only time would tell if she was satisfied with my reply. There was still nothing from Lily. After we talk to Lars, I want to swing by Mr. Lee's, I said. Lily isn't replying to my message. I'm getting worried.
Lily doesn't seem to like me. Do you know why?
I did know why, but it wasn't a discussion I wanted to have right now. Every minute lost in conversation was one more minute Logan remained in danger. We headed over to Splat and found the bugs the kids were talking about. Not only was there a giant cockroach on the sign, fake ants and spiders crawled all over the building. Mila shivered.
Hugh, just looking at them makes me want to run. What apartment is he in?
I'm hoping there's a list at the door. But instead of being a secured entrance, we were able to walk inside to find a staircase that led to the second floor. It made finding Lars more problematic, even though access was easier. Mila pointed to a row of mailboxes set in the wall.
Some of the boxes have names on them.
I scanned the names. Some of the labels were yellowed and faded with age. Some were missing, and the others only listed last names. I don't know his last name, I said, pulling out my phone. I'll call Ross. As soon as the phone was ringing, Mila snatched it from my hands.
I know he misses me. He'll probably be worried.
I was pretty sure he was oblivious to either of us even being gone.
Hi, Ross,
Mila said with extra honey in her voice.
Did you miss me?
Whatever his answer, it was not satisfactory, because her smile turned into a frown. I took the phone from her. Ross, what's Lars's last name?
Why?
Because I think Logan was tracking Lars before he disappeared.
Are you still on this? Logan is fine.
Have you heard from him?
No.
Then stop telling me he's fine.
Jade, you're overreacting, and I don't even know why. It's not like you're dating anymore.
Logan is in trouble. Just tell me Lars's last name or I'll have Nana come down and interrogate you.
Fine, but you're being ridiculous. It's Lars Hatton. Are we done here? Because Aunt Dot is making my life miserable right now, and Dad is getting released from the hospital today.
What time is he getting released?
I don't know, sometime this afternoon.
Does Mom need any help?
She might. She's not here right now.
Can you do me a favor?
Didn't you hear me? I don't have time.
Just go across the street and make sure Lily is okay. She's not answering her texts.
Jade.
Please. I won't bother you for the rest of the day. He let out a huffed breath.
Fine.
When he disconnected, I scanned the mailboxes again. Well, he's not listed, so it has to be one of the apartments with a box that is missing a label.
Or it could be the old ones. Sometimes people don't bother changing the labels.
Let's check the ones with missing labels first.
Will he even be home?
I don't know. but I'm not sure what else to do right now.
We could look into the vase angle. Maybe I can find a program that helps with decoding.
They exist? She gave a shrug.
Almost everything exists now. If it's out there, I can find it.
That made me feel a little better. Let's start on the second floor, I said. She glanced at the mailboxes.
Second floor apartment with no label would be number 203.
We didn't have to walk far to find it. In fact, the doors were pretty close together, making me wonder if these were efficiency apartments. And if so, how would Lars fit a wife and a gaggle of children? I knocked on the door, and a few moments later an elderly man, who looked like he was one sneeze away from the heavenly gates, answered.
I don't want magazines, cookies, or whatever you're trying to sell.
We aren't selling anything.
Mila said. He scanned her outfit.
You a boy or a girl?
Does it matter?
Sir, I said, interrupting whatever politically incorrect thing was about to go down. Do you happen to know what apartment Lars Hatton lives in?
Don't know any Lars Hatton? Try the manager.
What apartment is the manager in?
It's the bug guys on the first floor.
The man closed the door. I doubt the manager will tell us which apartment Lars is in, I said.
I can put on my charm and ask.
Let's try the other apartments first, I said. We went through the list of unlabeled apartments. Most of them didn't answer the door. I conceded that we should probably visit the bug guys and check. But after talking to the manager, who had cages filled with live bugs, we were back at square one. He wouldn't tell us what apartment Lars lived in, no matter how much Mila flirted. Mila and I walked back out to the car.
Should we go back to talk to Jalen?
I wanted to scream. This detective stuff was too hard, and I felt like I was losing Logan. My phone rang, and I pulled it out of my pocket to see it was Nana. While I didn't want her getting mixed up in this, I wanted her comfort. I wanted her to tell me it would all be okay. Hi, Nana, I said, answering the call as I tried to keep the tears from flowing.
I heard about Logan. How can I help?
I don't know. I've already talked to Sommer, Sparrow, and Jalen. I can't find Lan or Lars. And now Lily hasn't answered my text. Ross doesn't think Logan is in danger, but I know he is. His girlfriend said he never showed up last night. He wouldn't do that without at least letting her know.
What's your next move?
I don't know. I'm starting to panic.
Go to the restaurant. I'll call in reinforcements.
Nana, this is dangerous.
Exactly. You need all the help you can get. Meet me there in 20 minutes and we'll regroup.
When she disconnected, I was left feeling both anxious and relieved. Nana wants us to meet back at the restaurant, I told Mila.
What's she going to be able to do?
With Nana, I never knew what to expect.